welcome back to JS Outdoors. I have a product here that I'm pretty excited to talk about. It is the Cana Provisions Field Sustainment Kit. This is a 5-pack kit that does everything from purifying water to providing you some medical equipment as well as some over-the-counter drugs. So Cana Provisions teamed up with Austere Medicine Consultants and they provided some kits as well in this. So you're gonna get 3 kits specifically from Cana Provisions and the other 2 are from Austere. At the time of this video, this kit does retail for $83 on the Cana Provisions website, where you can also find a lot of their other cool products that they provide to the market. These kits are beneficial because it provides some sort of guidance and it kind of takes the guesswork out of what to put and include in your kits, whether it's a backpack field kit or a bug out bag or maybe just a at-home disaster preparedness kit. These guys put a lot of thought and effort into building these kits, so it does take some of that guesswork out for you. So these kits are nice because they do take some of the guesswork out of what to include in your at-home kits, your field kits for your backpack, or even your bug out bags. This also provides you with small individual packaging for each kit, so that way you can keep things organized as well. This kit is really good and, like I said, kind of a starter kit. So a lot of the other proponents that you might include in a kit are going to be dependent upon your geographic location or your specific needs for your application. That being said, this kit may take care of all your needs. So go through it, understand what your specific situation is going to need, and then cater your kit to that. Each one of these kits is going to have their own individual smaller kits that are packaged with a rip-away top that also has a Ziploc proponent to the packaging. This is going to be beneficial for keeping your gear organized wherever you are going to be using it. Keeps it all in one place. And it also provides you with some availability to use the bags and other methods. One of those examples might be gathering water, collecting it, and bringing it to you if you need to improvise a container for gathering water. As is beneficial with everything you carry in a pack, especially if it's a pack that you're going to be walking around with daily, you want to make sure that the items in there have multiple uses. So again, using those bags for multiple different applications is going to be helpful in satisfying that. All right, with that being said, let's go through each kit one by one and see what's inside of it. All right, our first kit is the personal water decon kit. So in this individual wrapper, we're going to have the drug facts for everything that's associated with the pack. We're going to have 10 water purification tablets here. 6 anti-diarrheal tablets, so this will help you if you are unsuccessful with decontaminating your water. 4 compressed towelettes, which you'll be able to use to strain water that you're collecting before you purify it to get all of the large contaminants out of it, like vegetative material, dirt, debris, everything you can get out of that before you actually start decontaminating that water. These little tablets do expand upon contact with moisture, so these are a small compact size, but they will expand fairly large so you can get that over a water bottle. You also have 4 rubber bands that will help you secure the towels to a container as you're collecting that water so you don't have to hold by hand. This helps with ease of gathering that water through that cloth. Rubber bands are also helpful for a bunch of other different things, so again, making multiple uses for the items that you have in your pack. We also have 4 alcohol wipes, which can be used for wound care or sterilizing different surfaces or containers that you're trying to use to collect water. Also included are 4 waterproof bandages, some varying sizes here. We have 2 triple antibiotic ointments and then 2 safety pins. So we have kind of a mixture of everything in this one. We have some organizational yet also functional for collecting water and using the towelettes. We have water purification, a little bit of medical over the counter in case you screw up and you start crapping your pants. And we also have, again, some medical here. These can be used for a multitude of things, like securing a triangle bandage if you're using it as a sling, repairing backpacks if they have rips, or clothing as well. All right, next we have the personal water purification tablet kit. So this one appears to be very simple, however, you can do a lot with this. So Similar to the other kit that we just showed where it originally had 10 tabs, this actually maintains 100 tabs in this kit. So you can purify a lot of water with this. It also has this really cool wallet size reference card, which will go over how to use these tabs and then using them with different measurements, also with different water condition types. So this will really help you pinpoint exactly what to use to make sure that you're getting the best success out of your kit. So the third kit is the personal rehydration kit. So this is a pretty simple kit, but it is very important if we're out there and we're exerting ourselves and we're starting to sweat. Basically all it is an assortment of liquid IVs, which is an electrolyte supplement drink, which helps replenish those electrolytes if we start losing them through sweat when we're physically laboring our body. Now, because these have a specific fluid ounce that they treat for water, sometimes the containers that you've treated or you're trying to use this electrolyte supplement in is not equal to the size that it treats. So for example, this will be used in 16 ounces of water and then shaken thoroughly before drinking. So if you've only used half of this packet or however much you've decided to use in whatever water measurement you have, you can use these paper clips to kind of fold up these edges and then put a paper clip on top, and then that will secure it so it's not creating a mess in your bag. All right, so our fourth kit is the Austere Medicine Consultants over-the-counter medical solutions. So basically what this is just a conglomerate of a bunch of different medications over the counter and topical ointments, things along that nature that will help you sustain yourself when you are out and about. Specifically included in this kit and how they categorize it is through pain relief, allergy, rash, and minor burns, and they also have gastrointestinal issues, so remedies for that. Starting with pain relief and fever, we have 2 ibuprofen tablets, 200 milligrams. We have 1 Tylenol tablet of 500 milligrams, and then 2 oral pain relief gels. All right, for allergies, rash, and minor burns, we have a singular tablet with a name that I cannot pronounce, but it is equivalent to a hay fever medicine, 25 milligrams there. We have some sting relief pads, A&D ointment, rash relief, burn creams, anti-itch gel, and then 2-ply alcohol prep pads. And then finishing off this kit with our gastrointestinal issue section, we have 2 electrolyte tablets, 2 Bismol or anti-diarrhea tablets, and then also 2 antacids. So if you already have a medical kit in your pack or whatever you're preparing with or for, you might have some of these duplicated if you purchase this kit. Having duplicates isn't the end of the world, and sometimes it's actually helpful, especially if it's an item that you use frequently or you have found you've been using at a frequent rate. Just because this is included in this pack provided by Cana Provisions, it does not mean that you have to carry all this. So if you find something that you don't need, or if there's a redundancy that's been duplicated, feel free to remove it and then keep weight down in your pack. As with anything that goes in or around your body, please know what your body can use and what you should not be using, especially when it comes to medications. Understanding if you have any allergic reactions to any of the items listed here, please know that and then exclude that from your kit if you do have those allergic reactions. If you have no idea about any of these medications or don't know how your body will react to them, please consult your primary care doctor before taking anything that you are unaware of or that you've never taken in the past. All right, our final kit is going to be the minor incident field kit. So this kit is going to be kind of more specific towards the bumps and the scrapes that we get when we're out. And we do have a quick little reference guide here, but I strongly suggest getting your CPR, first aid, and AED so that way you know how to better use these items. Included in this kit, we're going to have 1 sterile transparent film dressing. This is going to be 4 inches by 4.8 inches. 2 sterile gauze sponges, 12-ply, both 3-inch by 3-inch. 2 sterile non-adherent pads, both 2-inch by 3-inch. 2 heavy-duty bandages, both 3/4 of an inch by 4 3/4 3/4 of an inch, 2 waterproof bandages, 1 inch by 3 1/4 inches, 1 silk tape, 36 inches in length, and 2 splinter outs. All of these things, again, are going to be very simple, very basic for just things that you might encounter when you're out. Now, you should have a medical kit that is a little more elaborate than what you're seeing in here, but these are really good supplemental items that are some of the more used items, so that way you're not pulling directly from your larger kit and you have something that's in a smaller package that you can put in a backpack that's a little more lightweight. So these kits act as a really good starting point for getting your field pack, your bug out bag, or your at-home preparedness kit ready for anything that you may be preparing for. It might be easier to just buy a couple of the kits that are in this 5-kit bundle if that suits you personally, or take all the guesswork out of it, let Cana Provisions take care of that, and then they'll provide you with the things that you need in this kit to be successful going out on your own or as a group in a bug out bag, whatever it is that you're looking to prepare for. Though I do not agree with including some of the items that they did, what they did include does make sense. So don't feel like you're getting gypped out or cheated. Now, just because I wouldn't include some of these items in the kit doesn't mean that they're not warranted or justified. Everything included in these kits is thought out, and I believe that it is of the best interest to the end user, thinking that the end user might not know exactly what to include. So all in all, are the kits worth it, and are they worth the money? In short, I say yes. These kits are well thought out. They do include everything that you need to sustain yourself in the application that they are marketing. These kits make it easy by just ordering, letting it show up to your door, and then you can just huck it in your pack and then use it for whatever application you're looking to use it for. Again, depending on your application and your geographic location, some items may need to be added to this kit. However, this kit does provide that easy starting point where it takes most of the guesswork out of it, and they kind of provide you with everything that you should need in a situation where you need to decontaminate water or for very basic medical needs. Also, understanding and knowing what is in these kits could spark interest in other items that you might need to include. So use this as a starting point and build off of it. Like I talked about a little bit earlier, some of these items may already be included in your kit. Whether it's a small medical kit you have in your backpack or in your kit, or if it's other things like rubber bands or paper clips or whatever it may be, you might already have some of these things in your kit. Remember that redundancy is important when you're trying to survive or you're preparing for a specific thing. The quick, simple rule is 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So if you only have one item in your kit and you're debating about buying this kit because, oh, I already have that, remember that rule, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. That being said, you also don't want to overpack, especially if you're carrying things on your back like a bug out bag or a hunting or a hiking pack. Carrying too much weight is going to become problematic later on throughout your trip. It might seem fine up front, but over time, that extra weight, even though it is a couple extra ounces with some of these items, will start to wear you down. It'll make you a little more fatigued as your day continues. So again, redundancy is good, but finding ways to minimize the weight that you have in your pack is gonna help you in the long run. A counter to buying this kit is quite simply that we can find these items on our own, we can purchase them on our own, and we can also package them on our own. So therefore, taking Cana Provisions completely out of the equation when it comes to preparing for our situation. The caveat I would give to that is that when you're buying these things on your own, usually they come in fairly large quantities, especially if you're trying to make it as cheap as possible. Buying in bulk or some of these larger quantities is how you're gonna get that cheaper cost. However, a lot of the times we're just preparing for ourselves, individual hiking kits, whatever it may be. Knowing that when we buy in bulk, a lot of these items do have expiration dates. So if we're buying in bulk to try to pinch that penny, what we're ending up with is 150 of whatever item that has an expiration date of next year. So if we know we're only going to use 25 instead of that 100, we are now wasting 75 items, whatever it may be, because of that expiration. So sometimes, even though it is a little more expensive up front, the cost of that waste, because we're no longer to use that item due to the expiration date, might actually level out and balance. So therefore, allowing companies like Cana Provisions to buy these items in bulk and then put them in these kits, that might actually be the cheaper option. But it's ultimately going to be up to your situation and how you prepare, and it's going to be your decision on what will actually be that cheaper decision. Personally, I think small kits like this are really good because ultimately it's just a click of a button and it's all done, and we don't have to worry about ordering 13 different line items that all have different expiration dates. Just buy one of these kits and then it's done. That I like simple, time is money, and spending all of that time, does it actually make sense to try to save a couple pennies here and there? Or are we stepping over that dollar to pick up those pennies? So in closing, the Cana Provisions Field Sustainment Kit is a really good option for people who are trying to prepare and maybe just be starting out, or they're looking to buy a lot of the similar items that are included in this kit. Check out Cana Provision with their social medias. They have really good marketing. I do enjoy watching a lot of their videos. They do also do collab videos with other influencers on YouTube, and a lot of those are put together well. So it is really interesting to kind of watch some of those things. So go check out their social medias there. Also check out their website. They do carry and have in stock a lot of cool stuff. The H2Go is one thing that I'm looking to buy in the future, but they have just about anything you can think of for preparing drinking water. So go check them out. I am enjoying the product so far. This isn't a paid sponsorship or ad. I just wanted to do a video on it in case anyone was inquiring about purchasing this like I was, and there wasn't a whole lot out there for it. As always, if you have any video ideas or things you want me to look into reviewing, please leave comments. Let me know. Try to make content to help educate people on things before they purchase it, and I enjoy buying cool stuff. So if we can think of something that you might want to check out that's reasonable, I'll purchase it, do a review on it, and then you can decide whether it's worth the shake. We do still have a website, though we're not doing much with it, jsoutdoorsllc.com. On there you can purchase a few items like the fire starters that we've had in other videos, as well as some North American rescue stuff. I appreciate you all sticking around and watching the video. Again, please let me know if there's anything else you want me to review, and until next time, stay safe out there and enjoy yourself outside.